important announcements. Sorry Thomas, I don't want to disturb your conversation. Do you mind taking a seat? All the people in the back of the bar, no more talking. Please have a seat. I'm going to make some announcements now and then we're going to start. Whoa, that was a shock, huh? That was a shock being called out. Okay. As I said, this is the last meetup of the season, but if you would like to know what is going to happen in summer, please follow us in our Telegram group. For those who are new here today, if you're here for the first time tonight, up with your hand. First time here? Okay. Make sure before you leave that you scan the QR code at the lineup at the back. There is a QR code that you can scan. It's a private invitation to our Telegram group, and that's where we are going to publish the date and the conditions for our boat trip. Yes, we are going to have a crypto boat trip in summer where you can join. And rumor has it, because I was spreading that rumor, that you're going to get a big discount on the boat trip if you have our POAPs. Now, what is a POAP? Those of you who have been here before, they know for sure what a POAP is, because we have been showing them before. Let me just put it up here so you can see. This is a POAP. It's a free NFT drop that you can claim right now. It costs you nothing and it's a good way to start using a wallet. If you have this, you're going to get a discount on the boat trip that we're planning. And I hope that it's going to be a nice boat trip. Not one of those like tiny ones. We are aiming for a little bit bigger one. Let me just adjust this. So scan this QR code right now. I'm going to put it up later. Again, this is free. Also, it will give you the opportunity to participate in the DAO that we are planning to launch in the future. Now, apart from that, we are planning a farmhouse retreat where we are going to go to a farmhouse to do some workshops on crypto, if you should ever be interested in that. We are coming back in September, and this is why I say this is the last meetup before summer break. But I hope that you're going to join us for some activities that we are going to have in summer, like the boat trip and the farmhouse retreat. Now, one last very important announcement that I have to make. Please listen for a second, because this is important. Now, as you know, we tried to organize CryptoHub as an association here in Malta. That was a very dicey and long process to register everything. And at this point, we are not sure if we can continue like that. As a matter of fact, we have decided to go another way. Now, nothing will change in the future. We are still going to be here and organize those meetups that are going to be open to the public. It is just the organizational structure that is going to slightly change. So if you are interested in talking to us about any form of collaboration, or if you want to be a speaker here, please hit us up, join the Telegram group, post your ideas so we can make it happen together. Now there's going to be a team organizing this behind the activity, and then, join us, bring your ideas, and we're going to make it happen starting in September, after the summer break. Okay, that was the very angry and important announcement I had to make. We are going to go to the program now. Today is a special day also because MJ did what I just proposed to you. MJ took the initiatives for the meetup today. He joined the Polkadot Academy in Switzerland, I believe. Yes. Now he's going to tell you how you can do this. And just so you know, we did some diligence on those guys. It's definitely for sure not a shitcoin. Polkadot is a legitimate project, and they're offering an academy where they pay for your hotel, for your housing, for your whatever you need. They pay also for the flight, right? No, they don't pay. They do not pay for the flight. That is not so bad if it's only to Switzerland, but the next one is going to be in Bali, where they're going to put you up and teach you how to use the Polkadot toolbox for a couple of weeks. Learn how this is done, and MJ is going to tell you all about it now. Whatever you don't get now, if you want to get some additional information on how to be involved in this amazing project, hit him up at the bar. That's also where I'm going to be around 9 o'clock, so we're not closing. We are just going to open networking after the presentation and a Q&A. Before we go to the presentation, are there any important questions right now to me? No, we already have someone. But you can be second. We are going to have Professor Alexi Dingley, the former mayor of Valletta, famous from shows such as Shark Tank Malta, where he was pitching his AI solution. He's a professor of AI, and he's going to be here in the first week of September. But do it like Antonio. Put up your hand and say, I want to do a presentation, and we are going to make it happen. Is there a closing party? Yes, sir. The closing party is tonight. There is going to be another party, though, and this is like what we're going to announce in the Telegram group. When I say we have social activities in summer, that's really what I meant. We're going to have a boat trip, and that's not going to be an academic lecture, okay? This is like, we're going to have a farmhouse, a workshop where we teach some blockchain basics, where we do some DeFi workshop panels and stuff like that. And that's also going to be fun, I guarantee it. Bitcoin is at Olkenheim then, and then there's going to be a party, I guarantee it. More questions? Okay, that was silly, boring announcements for me. If you have some ideas, approach us after the presentation. Talk to MJ, who's running away. The last thing I have to say, of course, thank you to our supporters that are making this possible. It's WH Partners, the crypto law firms of our choice. Seriously, they understand what's going on, and I really mean that they understand what's going on. Also, there's the Bit Research. They are, well, doing research on the blockchain and bits, but also they are quite active in trading. So if you are a successful trader, approach them and see what they can do for you and what you can do for them, and together you can build something amazing. I will say something about that just before we end. Now it's time for MJ.
Thank you, Ferris. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Meetups as well. They're a community, part of the Polkadot ecosystem, who helped fund the event today, the pizza we have here, and also the live streaming. Thanks, Nico, and Lewis as well. He's around with the cameras. So thank you all at Meetup. So here's a quick agenda of what to expect this evening. So first, we've had our introductions and announcements. But next, I'm going to talk about my experience at the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. I'm not sure if anybody here has heard of it before. If you have, raise your hand. We got one hand. The Polkadot Blockchain Academy. So I'll explain what this is and what my journey is to it and how you can follow the same path. And then we'll talk about how to apply for it. I have a few giveaway activities and then a Q&A. If you have any questions, we have open discussion and networking afterwards. So quick about me. My name is Michael Jordan. That's my real name. If you want to verify in person, I can yeah, number 23. I am a PBA graduate from both the PBA X, which is an online version of this course, and then PBA Campus, which is in person. I'm also a blockchain specialist at a local blockchain company here, and technical educator. I help out with some lecturing at the University of Malta. So what is the Polkadot Blockchain Academy? So it's a globally renowned educational initiative, and it's been co-founded by Dr. Gavin Wood, who people might recognize as being the co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Polkadot. We got some nods here. And its aim is to equip the next generation of blockchain engineers, developers, and thought leaders with the skills to build and contribute to decentralized technologies. And they have a pretty strong track record here. I first heard of them when they were in Cambridge in 2021, I think, and they've had 400 alumni from in-person courses. They've now 500 across online courses, which started in January, and they hosted top universities across the world, including Cambridge, Buenos Aires, Berkeley, Hong Kong, Singapore, Lucerne, which is where I went, and Bali, which is where you will go, if you're up for the challenge. I have a quick video here from Gavin.
This is really something that I think that sets the PBA apart from more practical vocational educational frameworks. It really tries to set it its students as not merely practitioners, but inventors.
So that was a short video. I think only people in the front heard that. Sorry, I thought HDMI would work. But yeah, so effectively the PBA is now, it has two cohorts. There's an online one called PBA X and an in-person one called PBA Campus. And as a quick overview, we have PBA X, which is a flexible, part-time online blockchain course designed for both developers and enthusiasts looking to build foundational knowledge of Web3 technologies. It is fully remote, it is self-paced across 4 weeks, and it only costs $100, which is very competitive compared to more traditional educative platforms or institutions, universities, for example. And this PBAX is designed to be beginner-friendly. If it's your first time learning about blockchain, you're just curious, this is it's a very strong way to start, because when you're starting developing your own, when you're starting your own Web3 journey, there's a lot of different paths that you can take, and it can be kind of confusing. It's hard to know where to begin. This PBAX course is designed, it gives you a taste of each of the blockchain primitives, and afterwards it lets you decide where you want to dive deeper. And it's perfect for people new and wanting to build a strong technical foundation in blockchain. And also, while it's called Polkadot Blockchain Academy, I think it can be more accurately like a Web3 academy, because it's not just for Polkadot. It will also support you in a range of other endeavors and chains. And then we have the in-person campus. That's for advanced developers. So you would want to know, if you want to join the protocol track, you are expected to have an understanding of Rust. Whereas if there's a dApps track as well, if you want to build off-chain useful dApp applications, you need to know TypeScript mainly. And this is a 3-week in-person course, and it's highly intensive, and they're both upcoming right now. You have a chance this week to apply for both of these and get started, start your own path. And this is a no-fee tuition. You just need to get yourself to the location and pay for evening meals. I'll get to it later. So this is a quick breakdown of PBAX, the online course. So it's a 4-week course, as I mentioned. You start off with cryptography, economics, and game theory. And it's a very rigorous, academically rigorous program. Starting with cryptography and then going into blockchain fundamentals. And then at the end of it, you finally learn how to build, you can build on top of Polkadot. And a nice thing about Polkadot PBAX is that you never really feel alone, because there's live office hours every week if you have questions about your content. Even in chats, in channels, there's always students or tutors ready to answer your questions and help you progress. And it's a nice network to be part of. Yeah, the remote lectures. I found that the video content themselves, they were bite-sized, and they were maybe 2 minutes long, but each of them had very strong messages, and with the excellent articulation, I felt like I often found myself replaying short sections, not because they were hard to understand, but because they were so well explained, and I really wanted to absorb the details involved. And as I said, they're 2-minute videos, so this bite size is very compatible with if you're just eating dinner and you just want to throw on something. These 2-minute videos, I found it so really accessible. Yeah, and at the end of the 4 weeks, you get a certificate. You get two certificates, in fact. You get one of them on the left here. This one's pretty cool. This is an NFT they send you to your Polkadot identity, and also a PDF certificate of completion. So this is also nice to promote and share that you are advancing your knowledge in this ecosystem. And to be clear, this PBAX course is not only for developers. The course was also curated to be suitable for anybody genuinely interested in learning and understanding blockchain technology. However, this course also proves to be a great path to get onboarded into the advanced Polkadot campus track and become a developer in Web3. So now we're on Polkadot campus. Does anybody have any questions on Polkadot PBAX? Maybe. Okay, I'll wait to the end to answer your questions. But week 1, we arrive. Everybody arrives. For me, it was in Switzerland, Lucerne. It was a new experience for me. When you have it was a very I didn't expect to see the quality of the content delivered. We started immediately because most people had their foundational knowledge in blockchain. We could dive right into the advanced topics. So we started on day 1 with cryptography and ZK proofs. I think everyone in the class was fascinated from day 1. And then as the week went on, we did economics and game theory. We did advanced blockchain fundamentals. We did PVM, is Polkadot virtual machine and smart contracts. And then we had a party at the end of the week. And here's some pictures. On the left is my hotel room for the 3 weeks. This is covered by, as I mentioned, the accommodation is covered, and this was it blew me away how nice it was. And this is we had 80 different students from 30 different countries. In fact, we're advised to arrive well rested because of how intense the course is. So I booked my flight to be a day early. And then I checked the hotel, tried to book a night early, and it was $200 for the night. And I was like, oh my God. And just so happened, while procrastinating paying that $200, I had a friend of mine, saw a LinkedIn post that I was going to Switzerland. I studied with him. I stayed on his couch for a night, and then was able to rock up to the campus. And this is what we see upon entrance, and we get given our curriculum overview right away. And this is all the students. So as I mentioned, these are people all over the globe, 80 different students, 30 different countries. At the front row, we see all the staff, the academy staff. They were so helpful with any questions you have throughout the week. They really put a lot of effort into making this an amazing experience. Here as well in week 1, this is my buddy on the left, Lucas. He got to share his mate with me, which is his drink from, Argentina, and that helps give a little caffeine boost throughout the lectures, which was well needed. And this is the hotel for the closing party. This was the hotel we stayed at actually, but on the Friday night we didn't realize it was quite an exclusive place. They had a rooftop where they had parties, people were queuing up outside, and it was it was a very nice experience. And we got free drink tokens. I won't say too many, but it was very exciting. And this person I talking here, I'm not sure if you can hear in the video. He was I don't think you can hear it, to be honest, but he was a firefighter in the US, and he came trying to learn how he can bring blockchain, how we could bring blockchain to his fire departments, because they're public entities. They have, and people are responsible for gear. His job would be to drop out of airplanes to put out fires for weeks at a time, and it was of course important to him that the equipment was checked properly, and he wanted to know. A lot of it was paper based, and he wanted to upgrade these systems and make sure there was enhanced accountability in place. And I thought that was a cool idea. So you see people all over the world with all of the different ideas how to use blockchain in the real world. This is we all come together here. So this is week 1. Week 2 is where we have specialized tracks. So as I mentioned, there's the protocol track where you learn to do on-chain development. I personally chose the DApp track, which is the off-chain one. The reason I chose this is because, in my view, I think Polkadot has like such a strong technical foundation, and there's enough work in my mind done on like protocol improvements. There's always work to be done, but in my mind, I wanted to see more real-world applications for how to use this technology. And beyond that, I also help out with DApps course at university, so it's nice that I can take those learnings from this course and bring them back to my lecturing here. And week 2, we also had our assignment. This was so the protocol track and the DApp track. We have separate assignments, and I can talk about this now. It's an intensive week, I must say. This is a colleague. I don't mean to like. Sorry, Andre, but it's just too iconic. This is like at 2 a.m. one night, just during the week, trying to get this assignment done, because we have lectures until 7 p.m. each day, and even like including Sundays. We only had one full day off, one full Saturday off, and like a Saturday morning off in the 3 weeks. Every other day we were learning, and it's like, I can't stress enough how intense this was. And it was like equally rewarding as intense as well. But as you can see, it is exhausting, and yeah, we get time during the lectures. They do give you time to code as well. You're not just being taught to. It's interactive in a way, so they teach you. Some of the lectures, for example, we learned the origins and evolution of Polkadot.js, which is something I've used for a while, but like I don't know the like nuances of it. We got taught this history and how to use PAPI, which is Polkadot API, as the new and improved version to interact with Polkadot. And we learned to build a DApp in this week, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I built a staking dashboard. You can see like rank who the top rewards were coming from and give a history. I was able to give a history of validators and suggest like who are the top 10 validators I want to nominate to. So that's an example. Although I'm told the assignment is going to change for Bali. Yeah. So week 3 we have governance, and then we had advanced sections on Polkadot, the future of Polkadot, and Jam. And there was also a pitch and mentor session I'll talk about. But this is where, after we've all submitted our assignments, we come back together as a full class. And we have all these lectures together while we're being assessed. And right here you can see this is Dr. Gavin Wood himself. He came and gave us a 3-hour lecture on Jam, which is the next evolution of Polkadot. It's still being developed. I don't know if has anybody heard about Jam here? It's still, I guess, making waves. No. Yeah, so there's a migration. Calling it Polkadot 2 is like, I think that's already been adopted. There's a migration going from to CryptoHub, and then Jam will come in as a new innovative way to use blockchain, which is like, I'll have another session on it because it's just so enormously impactful. But obviously we were all fascinated to hear what he had to say on this latest and greatest tech. We had opportunities to join the development teams as well. We met staff throughout all this time that help us start a career in Web3, and we had questions as well we could ask him. Yeah. And then we had graduation. Thankfully, I got through the assignments. I was officially graduated. Here's the graduation ceremony we had. It was followed by a very fancy party. It was amazing in Lucerne. This here is an NFT certificate. Maybe if I click it, it might show you on chain. So this belongs to me, and it can't be exchanged. One piece of advice I would have if you're to do this is to use the same wallet for your PBAX certificate and PBA campus one, because I use separate ones and I feel a bit fragmented. So that's just a little piece of advice. But yeah, there was a closing party here. You can see I brought my CryptoHub Malta DAO shirt, of course. is nice to break out. And the events team were amazing at hosting another night to remember. And the PBA journey doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop at graduation. It's a continuous thing. We get to join an alumni network. There's exclusive hiring opportunities because people people in Parity and Web3, there's a trackway if you've completed PBA X and more so PBA Campus. You have proved your abilities to work and withstand an intensive 3 weeks, and it's an established certificate you can get. So you do get opportunities in this way, and there's also events and more. I'll show you pictures. So we get welcome to the academy here, and there's an events, a careers portal. So you get like kind of the first to know of these careers, and also events here. So we had a jam experience. I went to one in Lisbon a couple months ago and got to see have a reunion with some of the campus members, and there's going to be more reunions as time goes on. It's a very vibrant network. So who should apply? If you see yourself on this list at all, if you're a developer, if you're a computer science student, technical entrepreneur, if you have Rust and TypeScript skills, if you're a blockchain enthusiast with technical experience and Web3, if you want to, maybe you're a Web2 developer, you want to switch into Web3, all of these, if this is you for any of these, you're very welcome to partake. And they're not looking for experts per se, but they're looking for genuine interest and passion for this. So don't feel like you're not enough. I would definitely encourage you to apply and do your best. So the admissions for the PBA Bali, there's no coding assignments this time. I had to do one. This time it's just a 2-interview process. It's a technical interview and a cultural fit interview. So it'll be a bit more smooth, let's say, I guess. And how to apply. So there's a few links here. I have the PBA Bali is the campus one on the left. If anyone wants to scan that, I recommend you apply. The deadline is the 27th of June. So coming soon, this Friday, end of the month is, yes. I'd encourage you to apply this week if you're interested at all. Might as well apply. It takes 5 minutes for the campus one. PBA X has actually just started on Monday, but they're accepting admissions for this week. So you can scan the code here if you want to join. PBA X is for beginners. And I also have some giveaways for anybody who is ready to apply now. So yeah. I also just want to give a note. I mentioned how the tuition there's no fees. Where does the money come from? The accommodation, where does it come from? This is all funded through OpenGov, which is the big DAO of Polkadot. They allocate, one of the staff puts up a proposal to the community, the DAO community, and they're very critical people on this DAO, but they understand the importance of educating the global community and onboarding people into Polkadot, because we need more developers in the space. And this can be viewed online as well if I click this. This is all public. You can see this is the process, and they have there's millions involved in this proposal. So this helps fund the campus in Bali, which will be amazing. I can't stress enough. There's going to be a Jam course as well to help people learn about Polkadot Jam, and the ongoing PBAX experience. Let's see what. Oh, Q&A. Does anybody have any questions? Yep.
So, two questions I cannot find answers anywhere because, as we all know, Gavin Wood was part of Ethereum, and from what I can see, they're literally advancing parallel. Like practically, what the one is doing, the other one is doing as well. Now, the newest information is that the virtual machine that you have mentioned from Polkadot is RISC-V type virtual machine. Now, I really want to know, because Buterin have mentioned just months ago that they are planning to change the Ethereum virtual machine to be RISC-V type of, and we know that they are compatible right now. We just saw that Uniswap has actually moved. They are now compatible to Polkadot as well. I want to know what is the difference between these two types of virtual machines, and why is the RISC-V better that Buterin is trying to advance the Ethereum to? And a second very small question, did you hear any information about the Small Dot project? Because the Small Dot project is also, I don't know if you've heard, Buterin was also talking about this kind of advancement, where he said that the next nodes of Ethereum will be so small they can be put on a mobile phone, which means in the future, any mobile phone can be a node for practically processing transactions. And Polkadot have advanced that. Gavin Wood have actually given a presentation in 2022, but after that, there is literally zero information. Maybe they mentioned something like that on Small Dot.
Okay, they're great questions. Regarding RISC-V and RISC-0, so if people don't know, at the moment, Ethereum, they use RISC-0 for compiling, and it's proving not scalable enough for the quantity of transactions that are happening. And how Ethereum is currently dealing with it is with a lot of roll-ups, ZK roll-ups and such. So Vitalik has put forward an idea to migrate from RISC-0 to RISC-V. This is something that Polkadot has been doing for like 3 years already. And I know one difference between Ethereum's approach and Polkadot's approach to this is that Polkadot has built it like natively from the beginning. So you can compile like not just Rust into V5, but any, yeah, exactly. Whereas Ethereum is much more restricted in this regard. And also Polkadot's approach to it is that they don't use ZK scale-ups at all, because they seem to be, the overhead is huge. It's just easier to compute without them. It's more effective that way. I'm not sure if I answered that question. Okay.
Why would they move from Ethereum virtual machine, which is adopted everywhere, not only Ethereum? All blockchains more or less are compatible, and now they're moving. Imagine how it's going to be hard now to move everything, as we know how it was for the merge, right?
Yes.
So.
Yes. The main reason is scalability. You can compile much quicker at RISC-V than RISC-0. That's
and the Small Dot, did they mention
Small
anything?
Dot, they might have. Honestly, the course, it felt like a fire hose of information, and I was just absorbing as much as I could during the campus. I'm familiar with Small Dot, but I don't know too much about it. To be honest, I'm sorry, but thank you for your questions. Is there any more questions? Yeah.
Does the way of programming with Polkadot, for example, with Solidity, there's obviously ERC standards that you need to, obviously, for regulation purposes, keep intact. Is it the same even with Polkadot? Is there certain ERC standards that need to be put into place for certain applications, for example?
That's a good question. So we're asked, in Ethereum there are ERC20 standards for creating tokens on Ethereum. The question was, is there an equivalent for that on Polkadot? Is that correct? There are, but I feel like they're not as well established as ERC20s. Like everybody in the room knows what ERC20 is, but on Polkadot they're still developing these principles, these standards.
Yeah. Is it called PRC20 or what is it called?
PRC20, that's a good answer. I'm not. Yeah, that would make sense.
Next question here.
Thank you. It seems like that was a pretty fast track on 4 weeks to learn like blockchain programming. What do you think is the background you need to have? What is your background? Were there people that had other backgrounds?
Yeah.
And how did they do? And also, how do you think this is transferable to other blockchains and other technologies? So you mentioned Rust. but how it is transferable.
Yeah. So, yeah, my background personally, I've done. I came here to Malta to study a master's in blockchain at the University of Malta. We have the course director here somewhere this evening. So I do have an experience. I'm also working in the Web3 ecosystem, blockchain world. But there are others that it was their like first time experiencing blockchain, and they applied to PBA X, the online version. They got through that, and then we didn't know that there was going to be a path to PBA campus at the time. But they were just offered it, and they came. And they don't. This is their first like onboarding into Polkadot, into blockchain in general. We had people from like with all. We had to learn some programming to get into the PBA campus, but it is accessible. It's something that you can learn, because this PBA X, it has started. It's 4 weeks starting on Monday already, so we're kind of halfway through the first week, and the campus one is going to be end of August. So there's plenty of time for you to upskill. You just need to have an understanding of TypeScript, which is like JavaScript, with more typesetting, and then Rust as well. But yeah, we had everyone from newcomers and also experts. There were like a lot of experts as well, and you get to learn and bounce ideas and share. Was there another part to your question, or how it's transferable?
Like in general, we're talking about Polka, and thank you for the pizza and everything, but like everybody believes in their own blockchain.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why I'm asking, like, how is this, from your view, transferable to other technologies? And
so the PBA X, I think, is the most transferable, because you learn like the fundamentals of blockchain technology. You learn about sovereignty. You learn like governance. You learn economics. You learn all of these principles, and they're like, it's not targeted at Polkadot, but like as a whole, to understand what cryptography is, what hashing is. These are things that underpin all of blockchain, all chains. So while it's tailored at like a Web3 future, PBAX can be transferable. What you learn, it helps you navigate. If you decide to go to a different chain, say you like Solana, you still have insights. You have an understanding of what blockchain is. You have strong fundamentals of what blockchain is, and that helps you navigate through other chains. Whereas the PBA campus, that's tailored towards Polkadot, where you want to get into the Polkadot ecosystem.
We have one final question here.
MJ,
Hello.
not a financial advice question. What happens with the price of Polkadot short-term, mid-term? Your opinion, please.
That's a hard one to answer, because I personally don't think anybody knows what the price is going to do today, tomorrow, next week. I mean, I personally have had not the most profitable experience. I put like savings into DOT when it was like $40, and now it's like $4. It was like, but I keep holding it, and I think at the time, like right now, I see this as an opportunity to get in while it's low, and if it reaches its heights of before, it could be very profitable. But especially with a new upgrade coming, but it's very like, it seems like, while I think Polkadot is the best tech, like most advanced blockchain technology in the ecosystem, I don't think the price reflects that, and that's where I'm kind of blind to the finance side of it. I just more enjoy the tech.
MJ, that is exactly the right spirit. Remember, kids, Bitcoin was not invented to make you rich. It was invented to make you free. And MJ is going to use Polkadot to build the decentralized future, not for some silly investment. And that's, after all, why we are here. The last thing I wanted to say, I stumbled up that the Bit Research. This is also why we're here. They are one of our supporters making this possible, and they are a proprietary trading firm specialized in crypto, forex, and automated trading strategies. They are regularly looking out for trading bots, developers, crypto traders, and forex traders. So go and check out the Bit Research under the career section. Bit Research just arrived. They're in the house. They're somewhere at the bar. And also, MJ mentioned that the director of the Blockchain Institute of the University of Malta is here tonight. We are going to go to summer break, but that is a great time for everyone to brush up on the fundamentals and see where we are going next. I am going to go to the bar next. See you there, and hopefully see you for the summer activity.
Ferris,
Th-
can I add
Oh.
as well? I have.
Sorry.
Oh, good. I just have a few giveaways. So during the week, I mentioned that anybody that signed up to our Luma event, you got a chance. There was a chance to win some 50% off PBAX, which is $50 off the course. And I'm happy to announce. I hope that he's here. They're here. Powell Grabowski. Are they here?
Paul Grabowski, Congratulations.
Congratulations, you got 50% off PBAX. You can start now. We'll send you an email immediately. I have another one. So we have logos here. Right here, we can see the likes of Ledger here. But I want to give a chance to anybody who can guess another logo in this Polkadot ecosystem. We got a Kala. Nice. So we have our winner. I don't even know all of these, but I just wanted to share. You have a choice between PBAX discount or a hat for the sunny Malta. You get the hat. Good job. And one last prize is if anybody wants to register to PBAX right now. If anybody is in the room, I can give you PBAX off immediately. So, yeah, you're joining? You're joining? Sweet. Okay, I'll give you a code right after this. Amazing.
Congratulations to that.
But thank you very much, and see you after the summer.
Thank you very much.